Back to reality at the state capitol today as the budget crisis remains priority one for lawmakers. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Ann Craig, in for Ann Nyberg.
And I'm Scott McDonald. The legislative session ends in just 8 days. And while lawmakers look for some solutions, those concerned about the future of a health plan for lower-income residents came to the Capitol to make their voices heard. News 8's Jason Newton has the latest.
Some of the stress from an early childbirth was alleviated for Sally Grossman on account she was fully covered under Connecticut's Husky A Medicaid program. Self-employed, her other options for medical care were slim.
I was 100% covered for all the maternity care I needed. I was able to make medical decisions based on what was best for me and my unborn child, not based on what care was the least expensive or what would put me in the least amount of debt.
She's one of several low-income single mothers who came to plead for lawmakers to show mercy during the state's ongoing budget negotiations. They say under the governor's proposed budget that over 9,000 low-income parents would lose their health coverage.
And they can look at the faces of the thousands of kids who have been helped because their parents had prenatal coverage. And you can say, I'm willing to gamble with your life because your parents are poor. Then you probably don't belong here.
For the first time in nearly 2 weeks, lawmakers, both Democratic and Republican leaders, made their way into Governor Malloy's office to meet and discuss the budget. When they emerged, they largely avoided directly addressing the proposed Medicaid cuts.
Not commenting on any single part of it, but obviously everything we do is going to be painful in one way or another.
Governor Malloy also sidestepped the cuts, noting that negotiations continue.
Ultimately, we have to produce a budget, which means you have to garner sufficient votes in both houses, and you have to get my signature, and we're not there yet, and so nobody really knows what's going to happen yet.
The last day of the legislative session is next Wednesday, but it's a foregone conclusion that they will need a special session for lawmakers to come to agreement and finally pass a balanced budget. Reporting from the Capitol, Jason Newton, News 8.